Welcome back, folks. Now I have Dr. Paul Redpath from Dillon Ridge Family Dental joining me this morning. How you doing?
Great. Good. It's nice and warm out. I'm excited.
It is super exciting. And I'm also looking forward to, we always have an interesting conversation every week about something I didn't know about dental hygiene. Yeah. So what is it that we're going to be talking about today?
So root cavities or root caries, it's condition older people tend to get, and it can be pretty devastating.
So root cavities. So it's a different type of cavity that we normally think of?
Yeah. Yeah, typically cavities are caused in the enamel of the tooth, but as we age, our gums will tend to recede over time. They move down on the tooth surface, and then the root is exposed. The root of the tooth, which is 7 times softer than the enamel of the tooth, and so it's 7 times more likely to get cavities than the enamel.
This doesn't sound like a very fun thing to experience.
Yeah.
Now, can you talk a little bit more about maybe some ways to prevent it, or things for people to think? I think you were talking about an age range, right?
Yeah, so
maybe is there like an age where you should start paying attention to look for it?
Yeah, so usually there's a relative lull, like when we're kids we get cavities, and then from our 30s to our 50s, some people will get very few, if not any, cavities in that age range. And then as we get into like the 70s, 80s, 90s, it's really that the roots are starting to show. And then on top of that, we tend to get medications for high blood pressure, for diabetes, for different things like that. And most of those medications cause dry mouth. They actually have a side effect of causing dry mouth. Saliva helps protect our teeth from cavities. And so, typically we'll see root cavities developing in those people, and so taking preventative measures is super important. So
I did not realize that the whole dry mouth and the saliva protecting your teeth. So also just being dehydrated, I would imagine. Like if you're just prolonged dehydration, you never drink enough water.
Yeah, it can affect all of your whole system.
Yeah. Well, I definitely need to drink more. It's so hard up here to drink enough water. So when you basically see a patient coming in and you see that this could be a possibility, or maybe it's just taken to the point where it is a full-on cavity and that it really needs to be addressed, like what happens? What's the difference between dealing with these type of cavities versus what we traditionally know?
Yeah. So when I start to see these types of cavities, it's like I go into like super preventive mode, because I know how devastating they could be. They tend to go like kind of under the whole tooth, and sometimes can take out the entire like understructure of the tooth, making it to the point where you just have to take the tooth out. So whenever that happens, whenever I see like the early signs of this, I'll start on first a prescription fluoride toothpaste, which will just help prevent these types of cavities. Get people sometimes on a more often, like coming to the dentist more often to get cleanings. And then just making sure that we're taking x-rays at the appropriate times. Sometimes people don't want x-rays, and I have to explain to them it's so important to catch these things early so you don't lose any more teeth. And then just, making sure that the brushing and flossing and everything like that is super on point. The other thing is sometimes for people that are in the higher risk, fluoride trays. It's similar to like a whitening tray, but instead of put the whitening gel in it, you put fluoride, and it.
I think I remember that when I went to the dentist as a kid, but that's something that you can get for using
slightly
at home.
Different. We do also do in-office fluoride treatments, but we do make the trays and actually bring it. Yeah, we give it to you to bring home, and it's almost like doing the fluoride treatments at home.
Yeah.
You basically
on a regular basis.
On a regular basis, yeah.
And also, I heard it. What is it like? There's like a water pick.
Yes,
is
water
that
pick.
helpful for this sort of
water
situation?
pick is awesome. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, water pick is awesome because it's able to get and spray water between the teeth, which is where the root surfaces are. Typically, we'll see the cavities between the teeth, and so water pick will spray out those areas, get out any food debris that could be sitting there, and that's going to cause cavities. So yeah, water pick is awesome.
And is that a little gentler on your gums than flossing, maybe?
Yeah, water pick is nice. They say that it's best to floss to kind of break up any food debris type of stuff, and the water pick kind of flushes it all
Okay.
out. So
So it's a combo.
yeah, it's combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, and you're like, you prevent root cavities.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and chatting. It's always just like, I think it's like taking care of your teeth is something that I think people don't think about, and until they're actually gone, and you're like, man,
Yeah, we got
like,
we
why
got a good
didn't I
shot.
appreciate my teeth
These are the
more?
best. These are the best you'll ever get.
So again, hours, location, how people can find you,
Yeah.
get to know more about your practice and all that.
Yes. So we're located right by the City Market gas station in Dillon, and we're family dental, so we see all age ranges, and we'd love to take care of you. Come on in, we'll take great care of you.
All right, thank you so much for coming in.